Does Banshee have a god roll? Let's take a look. Starting off with false promises. I feel like this auto rifle really gets shafted when it comes to people's opinions of it. And that's because in my experience, this requires a very strict group of perks in order for this to actually feel good. And if a gun doesn't feel good, why are you using it? So it's really interesting when you look at the barrels that are preferred on this gun, and fluted barrel is one of them. But I have arrowhead break on mine. This thing needs all the help it can get with handling, and that's probably why fluted barrel is a popular option. Corkscrew rifling and polygonal, these are no-goes on this gun. This thing will not feel good with these. Regarding the magazine, I went with ricochet rounds. It gives you +4 range and +9 stability. I use mine in GM Nightfalls. You're gonna want the range if you're using this in a GM. It's also decent in Crucible. And then to help smooth out and make this gun just feel amazing, dynamic sway reduction all the way. Honestly, if you're using threat detector, you should probably be using an SMG, not an auto rifle. But this particular gun needs dynamic sway reduction. If you don't have this in Arrowhead, it's gonna feel like trash. And then in this column, Swashbuckler is actually a really good perk. My top choice is Rampage. It took a while, but I got my god roll with Rampage. But Swashbuckler, 100% right up there with Rampage. One of those two is the way to go. So is this a god roll? No. Is it a good roll? Not for an auto rifle. If this were an SMG, maybe. Like, it's got some good SMG perks, but not for an auto rifle. Long Shadow, this is a Vanguard sniper rifle that's acquired from, well, it's traditionally been acquired through Zavala and Strikes. This is an interesting gun because I think a lot of people don't really think too highly of it. But I use this in patrol zones. I've been using sniper rifles a lot more lately, and I gotta say, I really enjoy this rifle. And my top pick for the scope is the ATA Scout. And then we have Tactical Mag, which is my favorite. I can't English all of a sudden. And in my opinion, most sniper rifles, if I'm using these out in patrol zones or just in regular strikes, and I want just good handling and performance, honestly, snapshot sights is the way to go here, not rapid hit. However, rapid hit is a good alternative. And then we have moving target here. I personally would prefer, I have Rampage on mine, but I think explosive payload or triple tap are probably the best perks here. However, rapid hit and moving target are two solid perks for a sniper. So is this a god roll? No. Is it a good roll? Actually, yeah, I recommend picking it up. Nature of the Beast. This is primarily a PvP gun. Those are the kind of perks that you should look forward to getting on this one here. Fast Draw is always my favorite for this weapon, but we don't have Fast Draw here. We have Hit Mark, though. Hit Mark is a top tier perk for Crucible, and I would totally pick this in the absence of Fast Draw. For the mag, I would go Tac Mag all the way. Just with Appended Mag, you get more in the magazine. But with Tac Mag, you get... So Appended Mag, you get +3 in the mag. Tac Mag, you get +2. But Tac Mag, you also get +4 stability and +10 reload. So Tac Mag is far superior to Appended Mag. But, you know, if you decide to go with this gun, you actually have pretty decent choices here. Flared Magwell is going to help out with reload. And then Snapshot Sights and Rangefinder are actually top tier perks for this hand cannon. And your other options, actually, Quick Draw is the other alternative here. I personally would probably go with Snapshot, but Quick Draw is a great option and a gold perk, so a lot of people are picking that. In this column, your other option that I would go with is Vorpal if you plan on shooting Guardians who are in their supers, and Vorpal is going to be really useful. This is not really a gun I would use for PvE, especially endgame content. Patrol zones and strikes are fine, but honestly, I think Rangefinder is the way to go here. Is it a god roll? No, but we actually have a really good PvP roll here. So this is a great gun. Pick it up, try it. The number, this is a weapon I have not really gotten too many drops of, so I haven't really been able to test it. However, looking at the precision frame and looking at what I have in my vault, that's precision, I would be inclined to go with arrowhead break as the barrel. And appended mag is probably a really good choice here, with ricochet rounds being a second choice. So the fact that you have arrowhead break with appended, the choice of appended and ricochet, these are really good options here. Probably the two best options you can get on this gun. However, if you don't crouch, field prep will be completely useless. And given the available perks on this gun, I would go surplus. Surplus actually feels really good, and if you're shooting from a range, and if you are shooting from range, you're going to want to go to ricochet rounds because it gives you more range. But honestly, I think surplus is definitely the way to go. You could get killing wind on here. I personally don't feel like killing wind does much, so yeah, surplus is definitely the best way to go. Honestly, if you're crouching, field prep is a top tier perk. A lot of us don't crouch when we use auto rifles, so this is totally dependent on your playstyle. And then in this column, I would go with multi-kill clip. I foresee this gun being more of an ad clearing weapon, and I think multi-kill clip here is the best way to go. Is it a god roll? No. Is it a good roll? It's decent, and I think depending on your playstyle, and Wellspring is not a terrible thing, I just don't personally use it, but this is actually a pretty decent roll, and it's, if you're looking to check out the number, and I am, grab it and see what you think. Berenger's Memory, we have a heavy grenade launcher, which probably most people don't even use because a lot of us use other grenade launchers if we use them at all. And with this being the season of the fusion rifle, this thing probably isn't seeing a lot of playtime. So we've got a couple things going here. If you're using this for PvP, linear compensator is probably the best choice for the barrel. And smart drift control is one that I actually pick a lot on grenade launchers, and that's more of a PvE perk. I think hard launch, that gives you a -3 blast radius and a -9 stability. This gun might not feel good, but the velocity is +14. And then confined launch is used more in PvP. You get -9 velocity. I'm not sure if you really want that in PvP, but you do get a +5 blast radius with +13 stability. So these are not terrible barrels. I mean, they're okay. Now, sticky nades is appreciated by many, but if you're PvEing, I would recommend spike nades all the way, and then proximity grenades for PvP. And then underdog, I just don't understand. Look, this comes with a clown cartridge and then rampage, and I think clown cartridge and rampage are really good on this weapon. Shield disorient, if you're going to be breaking shields, shield disorient is available and a top tier perk. A lot of people also pick demolitionist. If you do ability builds like I do, demolitionist is actually useless. Go for something else. But honestly, for what I'm seeing that's available on this grenade launcher, rampage all the way. If you're using this for ad clearing, rampage. And finally, we have the memory interdict. This is an interesting gun. I can tell you can get a really, really good roll. This thing does come with smart drift control or linear compensator here, and I would personally go with either one of those for PvP, or for PvE, I should say. Spike nades are also available for PvE, and we have it right here. And then you can get clown cartridge and chain reaction, which, guys, top tier perks there. I would 100% go with those for PvE. But if you want to go with PvP, quick draw is a good choice. And honestly, impulse amplifier might be good if you have a lot of ammo, but generally in PvP, you're going to have only like 1 or 2 shots. So impulse might be kind of useless. Surplus could be really good. But yeah, quick draw could be amazing. And then, I don't know, I'm not too crazy about the perks in the final column. I personally don't use disruption break. Danger Zone could be fun. But yeah, Chain Reaction is my top pick. Is it a god roll? No. Is it a good roll? Yeah, it's actually a good roll, guys. It really is. And you could probably, I don't know, Countermass I wouldn't really go with. I'd probably pick Volatile over Countermass. But overall, this is decent. And there you have it, guys. Banshee doesn't have any god rolls. But honestly, the rolls he has for, I think False Promises is the only gun that's actually trashed here. For the rolls he has, the rest of them are pretty decent. So if you don't have any of these, pick them up, play with them, see how they feel. Check out my video, how to find your god roll, and you can learn how to figure out what changes you need to make these weapons feel good. If you'd like to support this channel, liking and commenting on the videos tells YouTube to share these videos with others who may find them useful. If you'd like to provide monetary support to help keep this channel up and running, visit my locals and Subscribe Star communities.